Exactly 2 weeks ago today, I stood here in the old House chamber for my annual State of the State address. And one of the first steps in that process that I talked about that night, I talked about creating a task force that would be formed in order to remove the tax off of groceries. My goal for this task force is actually to take 4% off of food items and put that money back in the pockets of the Alabamians who need it the most. I've traveled this state, and I know that in addition to well-paying jobs, people want to be able to feed their families, and they want to do so without being overtaxed. I understand now that the idea or the concept of removing tax off of groceries in Alabama is not new, but today, with the creation of this task force, we're bringing all the interested parties together so that everyone can determine the best steps forward to lowering these taxes on our people. The goal of the Grocery Tax Task Force is to review the tax related to groceries and to essential food products and recommend to me and to the legislature changes that ensure a fair and equitable tax. This structure is to be put in place to try to make Alabama healthier. And while I look forward to the task force's recommendation, I can tell you today, if we remove 4% sales tax, I personally, my goal is I have no plans to replace it with another tax. And this group, though, will compare the best practices across the state and the best practices across our country in determining what they think is best, and they will present that to me. The task force will need to make recommendations as to whether the lost revenue or the reducing or eliminating the sales tax on groceries should be replaced or not, and they will report that to me and to the legislature. The Grocery Tax Task Force may take the form of a regulatory or statutory changes, and they may recommend that. But they will recommend this to me by June the 1st, 2017. The task force is made up of representatives from the Alabama Rural Development Office. It's made up of the Department of Agriculture and Industries. It's made up of a registered, licensed dietitian, a representative from the Alabama Retail Association, a representative from the Alabama Grocers Association, a representative from the Alabama Heart Association, an economist, and a citizen representative. This task force will also have 2 state representatives appointed by the Speaker and 2 state senators appointed by the President pro tem. And now we will hear from members of the legislature. Representative Matt Friday. We will then hear from Representative John Knight, and then we will hear from our chairperson of this committee, of this task force, which is our Department of Revenue Commissioner, Julie McGee, and then we will also hear from our Finance Director, Clinton Carter. After they speak, then I'm going to sign my executive order number 28. Representative Friday.
Thank you, Governor Bentley. I'm excited to be here today. My name is Matt Friday. I'm a state representative from Shelby County, representing Montevallo, Alabaster, Pelham, and Helena. I'm particularly excited to be here with you because this is an idea that many of us have been talking about for a long time, and it's good to see folks from both sides of the aisle coming together to talk about eliminating the tax on groceries. You know, the state of Alabama is one of very few states that still taxes groceries, and it's time to eliminate that. In my opinion, this is not a liberal issue. This is not a conservative issue. This is a good government issue. Eliminating the grocery tax could put between $300 and $400 million back into the pockets of our citizens. That empowers our citizens. That helps our citizens. It means that they can spend more of their paycheck on the things that they want. Elimination of the grocery tax also means more money into the economy. That's good for our small businesses. That's good for our moms and pops. There's really no downside to eliminating the grocery tax. I'm excited to support it. I appreciate being asked to serve on this task force, and I'm excited to work alongside Governor Bentley with our shared goal of eliminating the grocery tax. I'm going to close my remarks simply by saying, again, the idea of eliminating the grocery tax is one that is about good government, and it's about helping the people of the state of Alabama. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Thank you. I'm Representative John Knight from Montgomery. Governor, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. This is something that is not new, but it's something that we've tried for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I want to say thank you to the governor once again, because when I was trying it in the Alabama legislature, you gave me that one vote, Governor, to pass my bill out of the House of Representatives that would move the sales tax off of groceries. This is a tax relief for working families of the state of Alabama. And I want to commend the governor for taking this very progressive action to make certain that working families of the state are taken care of. Once we remove it, it's about a $300 to $400 million tax break for working families. But this money will turn over in the economy. These people will spend the money once again, so it'll come back into the educational trust fund. It's not like it's coming out of the trust fund, because they will spend money on other objects that they want to purchase. So I want to thank you for this. I'm glad to be a part of it. I would love to work with the task force in any way that I possibly can. But I have about 20 years worth of information that I'll be very happy to share with that task force in terms of removing the sales tax on grocery. It's a great day in Alabama. It's a great day for working families in Alabama. And that's what this legislature should be about, is helping working families at a very difficult time in our economy. Thank you, Governor, once again for doing this.
Good afternoon. My name is Julie McGee. I'm Commissioner of Revenue for the state of Alabama. And thank you, Governor Bentley, for this awesome responsibility. The department will be the chair of the task force. We will set the meetings, the meeting schedule, be the repository, and also help with background issues and education issues as far as what is available for dynamic modeling, for example, and the revenue estimates that will face our state on various issues. There are many, many ways we can approach this, and the task force will be educated on all the various opportunities that present themselves to us. We will create a page on our website for this task force, just like we do in the past, so that everyone can remain informed and up to date on the issues and the data that we're studying and looking at. So thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Clinton Carter with the State Finance Department. I think I probably am one that has more of a dual role on this committee. One is that I serve day to day as the father of 3 5-year-old triplets. So I'm a big user, I should say, of the sales tax. And so personally, I'd like to see it done away with just for that purpose alone. But also, as the state finance director, we are charged with overseeing of course, the financial operations of the state and ensuring that every dollar and dime is spent wisely and effectively and efficiently. So we hope to make sure and ensure that this repeal is structured in a way that's efficient and appropriate and fair in all aspects, and that we can mitigate any downturn in revenue and maximize impact for society and the state as a whole. So we're looking forward to being a part of the committee. I thank Governor Bentley, Representative Friday, and Representative Knight, and Chairperson McGee for structuring this great committee and for the task ahead. Thank you.
And I will be signing the executive order. Again, let me say, my goal is to listen to the task force, but as I go across the state, I want to emphasize that we're taking 4% off of the cost of groceries in this state, and we're putting that money back into the pockets of the people of Alabama. This is not a political issue, it's a people issue. And that's what we're trying to do, is to help the people of this state. So I'm going to sign my executive order.